Good evening, everybody. I'm back. I'm back, and I'm not surrounded by 1,500 people where I can't hear what I'm saying. I don't even know if the microphone's going to hear what I'm saying. And I haven't got people opposite me giving me this sort of look. Because that's what was happening. That's why I was getting so thrown on Thursday night, because each table has 4 Ethernets, whatever you want to call them. And I think that we had taken their ones and plugged them into our computers. So the ones that they had didn't reach their computers. So they got the technical support people who went under the desk, and then there was all kerfuffle of everyone going like this. So I had to stop the stream because they would have pulled the plug on it. And that's what happened. It was fun. It was a good weekend though. Hello, Christian from Grantham.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
You know what? It is the same set. And as a matter of fact, Greg, I actually saw it. We didn't actually go through it on the backlot tour on Universal because they were filming there. But in Universal Hollywood, they do have like an elevated section which looks over the whole lot. And I could see it down from the top of this section here. So that was pretty good. But Lou, great that you're back. I'm sure you've had an absolutely fantastic time. I know exactly how much of a fantastic time you would have had. And it was absolutely great video. If you haven't checked out the Aztecing demonstration as done by the great Lou Dalmaso and Phil over on Sprueverse, it's on Phil's channel on Sprueverse. You've got to check it out now. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, I sat there for an hour this morning watching it, and it's only part 1. And I think part 2 is going to have more of the Aztec, and they were just doing the top section of the saucer. I'm very glad though, Lou, that you pulled up something that Phil was using, the lacquer-based iridescent paints. And I saw a little bit of a worry on your face thinking, I don't know how lacquer's going to react with your vinyls. And I'm guessing they worked out absolutely perfect because obviously Phil used them. But in the UK, we can't get these lacquer paints through Love Nor Money. Now, if acrylics is the way to go for that, then I'm pretty happy that you suggested that might be something that we can use, because we can get the iridescence in acrylics here. So that's exactly what I'm going to be using. But I am going to be starting this week, hopefully, painting the rec deck and the VIP lounge so that I can actually get the saucer section pieced together in one piece, and then I can start that sort of painting. And talking about painting, I've been doing the, I think I've put them away actually. I've been painting the Airwolf. And I'm trying to think what we're going to do for Patreons tomorrow, because believe me, I've just spent 3 hours just painting little tiny details, and it's the most boring thing ever. The time went really quick, and I don't want to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint that, and then every Patreon stream I'm going to give you a review of what we've actually done. It's very hard to build the Airwolf model because each individual part needs to be painted first, then put on. You can't just build it like you would do just a shell model. You have to do each individual thing and put it in. It's never going to be a chance to paint it when it's on. So I'm having a rethink tomorrow what we're going to be doing that. I think, because you know what, because Phil keeps calling you that, Lou, I just naturally have started calling you. So you are the great Lou Dalmaso now. I'll get a mug for you. Oh, I'm sure you had a great time, and I'm sure Paramount was brilliant. I heard you were on the Paramount tour. So yeah, very jealous. Very, very jealous. Hello, Alex, over on Facebook. Tonight we're going to be building the pack 13 of the Alpine. Now, I did get these together, and I did the last one last week. I don't think there's much to do, but this is a Tuesday night car crash. The chances are I am going to cock something up, which I always do. But that's that. Also, Edward Bellamy has sent me a great, brilliant lithophane of me, Mrs. Wayne, and Phoebe. If you don't know what a lithophane is, it's like a 3D print that you hold up to the light, and it shows pictures through. It's in the house at the moment, so I'm going to show that off on Thursday. So thank you so much for that, Edward. But you know what? I can't go outside at the moment because I'm serious of what I said before the stream started. It's like Jumanji out there. If I don't see vines starting to grow, oh my God, vines! It's like a monsoon. And Nick, who's only down the road, as he said, he's about 8 miles away. He says it's not raining at all. So I don't know if we're in the eye of some sort of storm or hurricane. I don't know. It's not the wind, it's the rain. We had How today as well. It's supposed to be plip, plip, plop April shower, not like torrent April shower. But we enjoyed the Wonderfest. We enjoyed the Insomnia Gaming Festival. Bit shocked, you probably saw it on my stream as well when I said I received an email, that we always have Insomnia on the bank holiday weekend in August. And for some reason, I understand that the NEC is completely booked out. Someone says there's a car show called Gravity going on, and I think Crufts might be going on as well. If you don't know Crufts, it's a big dog show. But I don't know, so it's not going to be on the bank holiday weekend. That's never happened as far as I'm aware. So I don't know what I'm going to do at the end of August. We're going on holiday, and I'll be sitting here twiddling my thumbs. They've moved it to September. I don't think I can make that, so don't know what we're going to do. When you be finishing the Peugeot GTI? I finished the Peugeot, Bradley. That was finished ages ago. Is the video in the playlist? I'm sure it's in the playlist. I finished it years ago. Well, 1 year ago, probably. See, look, Steve thought that was your name. You have an Airwolf? Yeah, I'm building a kit model of Airwolf. It's, I don't know if you can see it. Hang on a second. It's just down there, look. It's just on top of all those boxes I've got. You see that big box on top there of my workstation, which has got the Enterprise on top of it at the moment? In there is all the Star Wars helmets. Now, I've priced up how much it would cost to send abroad, because I'm aiming to do a giveaway for that, and it's £50. So I think we are going to do a giveaway. But I did say I'm going to be putting this giveaway on the Patreon channel. So what I might do is I might run it on the Patreon channel. It's only $1 to join, and then the link to enter the competition will be on the Patreon channel. But I will post it anywhere in the world. There's about 60, I think, helmets in there. I think there's 20. I'm 20 short, but none of the helmets have cases, just so you know. So I'm going to have to pack it as best I can. But they were the ones that you would have saw here and here, which are no longer here. But I'm going to try and get on that next week. Loads to do this week. As I said, I've done the Porsche today, Alpine, and then I've got 2 packs of the Titanic to do, which I'm going to try and work through. And today they delivered me the Ford GT as well. So that's something to do. Hey, Lou the Great. It's when people come up to you and just say, hey, it's the great Lou Dalmaso. Funny saying that. Meet Space VR. There's a company called Meet Space VR that do virtual reality rigs where you're wearing a backpack and you can actually walk around with it untethered. So you're not wired to any computers or something like that. I met the folks from there who actually recognised me from the channel, Insomnia, and they gave me a guided tour of everything they do there. So if you are watching this, Meet Space, hello. They've got a setup in Box Park in Wembley, and I think there's one in Nottingham. I think that's the closest to me here. But it was fun. It's nice and calm down south. It's not here. You got stuck in your shed. Well, I mean, I've come out to the shed today, or the workshop. It's probably the first time that I've actually sat in here and done something since, God, last Wednesday, last Tuesday. So, oh, it's all fun. Thomas, it's your birthday, is it? Happy birthday, Thomas. You know what? I'm looking for my, there you go, look. Bing! I've got my assets back. On my laptop, I haven't got any of that. You would have been liking some of the things I did today. My son, Jack, you would have seen him at the Insomnia Gaming Festival. He bought himself some new headphones, £80 headphones, and he threw away the Sony, these Sony, whatever they call, DualSense, I think they're called 3D headphones, because they're all ripped apart and stuff like that. This would have been a good thing to demonstrate to you, because today, as you saw, I replaced all the mesh inside. I got some new ear pads here, which are about £25, specially made for this, and these are now as good as new, so I'm using these rather than my normal ones. The kids today, they're the throwaway generation. I said to Mrs. Wildaway, you know, I'm getting old. When I'm like, you can't throw that, I can fix that. So then after I fixed that, I thought, oh my God, yeah, I'm getting old. Oh, it's all fun. It's Howstones in Bolton. So you're having our weather. Definitely John's model making. You can do the X-Wing while you're doing the Alpine. I'm at the stage of putting all the wings together into the main body. When you put that metal shaft through, Howard, oh, it's a nightmare. Nick will tell you that. It is an absolute nightmare. I cut myself trying to do it as well, but you really do need to make sure those bottom gears are meshed in properly. Otherwise, it's not going to go through. You're not saying it's raining here, but my garden's like a pool. Hope the council don't come around and probably take away no planning permission. You know what? Crufts hired, what's this? The whole area and paid the penalty. No problem to them. True. I've been like, I'm wearing my Star Trek shirt because I finally got a chance to watch last week's Picard. Oh, how good is that series? Picard's really good. It'd be a shame that that's the last one. I'd like to see him spin off to something. Someone says call it Star Trek Legacy. That'd be brilliant, and just have a legacy one full of the cast of Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and Next Generation. But you know, they're all getting on though, bless them. But I can't give spoilers. I was about to say a spoiler then, but I'm not going to do that. Alex Neatveld over on Facebook. Where can I follow your live stream better? I don't get any notification. Well, you can either watch me on Twitch, Alex, or I'm on YouTube as well. So just follow the World of Wayne website on YouTube and you'll get notified. You love the way... Mrs. World of Wayne's having a pop. He will pack them the best he can. It'll be... Yeah, you'll be packing them. They do need dusting. I say that, so I'm not going to send them to you with World of Wayne dust on that. I'll charge extra for the dust. But I don't think there's anything fragile on them that will break in postage. There are a couple of helmets which have got sort of like a metal rod in them. That may fall out and it may need to put him back in. But I think they should survive a journey abroad. That's if someone abroad wins. As I said, it's going to be open worldwide. But what I want to do is I want to put any money raised towards the charity, you see. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm going to figure that out. That's the Parkinson's charity, which is this. In 2023, I'm proudly supporting the Parkinson's UK charity. If you'd like to support me in this amazing charity, you can either click on the link on the header image on a PC or click on the About Me section on a mobile phone. Your support. What was the gazelle doing at Insomnia? What are you talking about? What gazelle? Oh, bless. Okay, so... You've thrown me. David, you've thrown me. That's the most random thing I think I've ever heard. Okay, so behind me we've got the car. So I think what we're going to do first is I'm going to change the camera. And before we show the instructions of what we're doing, this is the car and how it's looking at the moment. Now, in the instructions, in the last pack, they asked us to connect all these lovely cables to these wires. But in the instructions here, they haven't. They've basically unplugged them all, which I'm not going to do. But just to show you again how this all works, we've got these lights on, which are the interior lights here. And they go off when we operate both of these door switches here. So once they're both engaged, the lights go off, as you can see. We've got a button here which turns on this light. No idea what that light's going to be, but it's a switch. And that turns on. We've got the brake lights, which are these red ones here. And that's the usual little brake light switch. So when we turn them on, the brake lights come on. And I'm sure there's one more switch here. Yep, there is, which is the this switch here, which is going to turn all the headlights and the dashboard lights on. So as you can see, they all turn on as well. But the fact is they've got switches, which means we're going to be doing that manually by hand. Because now I've been teased about 1.8 vehicles having remote controls. That's what I want all the time. So, all cool. Oh, you're talking about the helicopter. Ah, thank you. Well, the army are always there. The army and the RAF are always there, and they're trying to recruit, but they've also got esports teams. They bought a tank last time, so it was nice having the helicopter. I could have gone in it, but I didn't. So, yeah, I didn't know what their helicopter name was, I have to say. A Gazelle. How do you know these? I know Bergdis would know these things, but... Oh, you found me. There you go, 030. It's all cool. Okay, I'm going to get on with this. Otherwise, my ADHD will just keep me away from what we're doing. So, okay, so first thing I'm going to do is show you the magazine. Once again, the magazine is in French. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is this piece here, which is the cover for the battery box. But there are some details of things which are going on top of that. So only a few things to put in together here. So we get the plate like this, and then we put this on top of the battery box, screw it down, and that's all we've got to do in that stage. So hopefully on a Car Crash Tuesday stream, this is going to be easy. Hopefully. We will have to see. Lou, when did you get back? Because I don't know how long you were out there. The Gazelle is what, the Blue Thunder helicopter? Really? I thought it was quite a small helicopter, you know. It reminded me of the helicopter, if any of you Australians are watching, it reminded me of the helicopters from Chopper Squad. Do you remember that? I know they syndicated it around the world, but yeah, Australia had Chopper Squad, which was all fun. Oh, by the way, I've got another couple of figures coming. I think Scotty and Chekhov is coming. So one more thing to go, and then that's completed. Pretty cool. Okay, so first thing we got is the battery box, which looks like this. And we're going to be putting in a couple of details. So the first detail we've got is a plate, and this is going to be easy enough because it is just lugs pushing into place. I can do that. Done. Perfect. On top of that, we've got, I'm going to have to wear me magnifying glasses. You might be a bit of a plane geek. I think you're a helicopter geek as well. Bergdis. Greetings from Greece. Hello, welcome to Greece. You got back late Saturday night. Wow. I bet you were tired. Travelling really does take it out of you. But we're quite happy now, Lou, because for Wonderfest our planes changed, so we haven't really got this 9-hour layover in Philadelphia now. It does mean I'm leaving Monday morning because our flight leaves at 11 o'clock for Wonderfest. Okay, so we've put that little detail in there, and now we're just going to be making a filler catch. You've seen these made before. I'm trying to think how it's going to go this way, and we've got this is going to be hard. We've got this little catch to put in between these two sections here, and I'm guessing I've got some sort of pin to put in. I'm not seeing a pin. They want me to put an MP screw. These have got to be the most tiniest screws known to man. And for that occasion, I do have, I don't know what build these come with. I've got 4 of these now. These are brilliant though. For really tiny screws, as you can see. But you can only operate it with 2 fingers. So, this is going to be held in from this side here. Oh, my hands are shaking. And there you go. Perfect. And that one's in. Just so you know as well, sorry, I keep referring back to Lou and Phil's video. They were talking about plasters and how it's a necessity thing for model makers. I found the website where I can make personalised plasters. So you never know, you might be having some personalised plasters coming soon. I'm the one that normally needs them more than anyone else. So, okay, now that's on, we get to put this cap just onto this D-shaped hole here. Get it around the right way and push that into place. So we've got a cap. Very clever way to hide the battery box this is going to be. To keep that into place though, we are going to be putting a flange screw. I have put a new blade in my scalpel. I figured, seeing as I've been away, I'm going to just have a tidy up and make things nice and neat. And put this in here. Just like that. That's going to hold that into place. And it's very clever that the cap now hides the top of the screw head there. I like that. Okay. Turning it over. What we're doing now, we're going to be putting this into the car. And there's the car. Let's go back to that camera. And this should be simple. It's just going to go into the point there. Oops. And it's going to go like that. And I need to secure this down with an AP screw. What's just come out there? No idea what that is. I thought I'd damage something. Where's my screwdriver? See, I've lost that already. So the AP screw is going to just hold this battery box into place. Are you telling me no one can hear that rain? It is really coming down out there. That's not in. That's not good. Stand by. Oops. There you go. It is now. Perfect. And there we go. That's the battery box in place. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Now, I have screws falling out my ears now. I no longer keep screws. I've got so many pots of screws from every build we've ever done. I don't keep them because I've never ever gone into them and used them. So I don't keep my screws anymore. You didn't think that the DB5 that Wayne built was as good as it could have been. I think they're changing that for the one that Agora are bringing out in June, because I think that's the first release that's coming out, the new DB5. So we'll have to see. But all cool. Wayne, are you still going to make the Star Trek tunic? I'm not. Mrs. Welder Wayne is. She's got the pattern and everything. So okay. In this one, we're going to be putting what looks like mud guards, I'm guessing. On the bottom of the car, I'm going to have to put the Partworks upgrade mat on down here. I don't know what we're building here. I'm sure someone's about to tell me. But I haven't got a clue what that scene is. But we're going to put these in place. And whatever we're building here, this is a jack, isn't it? It looks like a jack. Is just going to be standing to one side. So let's do this one. Where are the parts? That helps. find the parts. Okay. I've got me Partwork Upgrades mat, which is the special edition Sprueverse Challenge version. I'm sure we might have some news on a Sprueverse Challenge once we all get together. So I think that's going to be a watch this space. Okay. Get all these bits here. Fun fact, it was colder in LA. Really? Oh my God. The picture you sent me, Lou, the weather looked really like cloudy. I don't think I ever saw a cloud when I was out there. Okay. So what are we doing first? So we're going to be creating what I think is the jack. I'm hoping it's the jack, which is just these two bits here. They're going to be basically... Oh God, hang on a second. Stand by. It's always going to be difficult. This is going on top here. Just like that. Okay. This is definitely the right way around. I don't understand why I've only got... They haven't drilled out all these holes completely. I think it might just be paint in there, but what I'm going to do, get a cocktail stick and just see if I can poke that through. Yeah, it's just paint. See, now we've got two holes again. Perfect. Okay, we're using those tiny screws again, which are this time MP screws. Get them open. Wayne, you should hear the rain in North Shields. You know what, I was looking, I mowed the garden today because this morning it was blue skies. But yeah, not good. Okay, and then I'm going to start putting these in, which isn't going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all. Once I get one in, I'll be happy. Ugh, come on. Blimmin' car crash Tuesday again. Get in there. Right. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, give up. Right, I've got one in, I think. Nope. Let's try that again. Why am I finding this hard? It's always these little things that I think are going to be the easiest things. I always find the hardest. Right, okay. If I can line one up there. Right, I've got one in. The rest should go in no problems at all. You're going to get the car washed today. Just leave it outside. God, in this weather. I know I was in Vegas in January once, and even though the weather was, you know, average for the winter time, night time, it was icy. And I never thought it would get like that over that side of the country, but yeah, it did. So I was wearing coats and everything. I went to see Celine Dion, actually, at the Caesars Palace on a New Day tour. So that would have been about 2006, I guess. Oh, 2007. January 2007, that would have been. But yeah, very cold in Vegas. Okay, and that is definitely a jack. I'm sure it is. Did someone say that was a jack? I'm calling it a jack. That's what it is. So once I've done that, I've got the little thing to put in the side here. This is just a push in, and this should go all the way in. So you know what there is. You put a little handle in there, turn it, and it's a scissor jack, and it will just come up. So that's that done. Why have I got loads of screws left over? I'm guessing we're using the same screws. So I'm just going to put these to one side. Oh, I know. I've got another bit. The other bit. Oh, crap. Sorry, I've cursed. I've gone and done this wrong. Bergdis, you're supposed to be stopping me doing mistakes. Okay. I'm taking these out again now. Now I know why I've got loads of screws left over. I hate it when I make mistakes on live streams. It's just the stress of it. This bit is the bit that goes in this section here. And that bit I just put in goes in the holes in the top. And that's why I was having great problems putting them in. Rewind, yeah, this didn't happen. Celine Dion's brilliant live. The one that we actually watched was the one that they recorded for the DVD, because they told us at the time that we're going to be on the DVD. You couldn't miss me. I was dressed like an Italian gangster. I think I was all in black with a big, long, black leather trench coat on. I mean, it was like, you know, the era where big, long, black trench coats were... You're eating your dinner. I was going to say it was the era when black long trench coats were the fashion, but I think they went out of fashion after the Terminator, didn't they? So this one then is going in the other side here. So that's how it should look. Once I get this in. Ugh. Take this damn screw out. Which now doesn't want to come out. This is where the problems start. There we go, that's better. Yeah, I thought I was a cross between either David Boreanaz or Michael Bain in the Terminator. I had a thing for leather trench coats. I think I had hair back then as well. That's how long ago it was. No, doesn't want to go in. Stand by. Stand by to watch an hour of a guy trying to put a screw in. Believe it or not, the rest of this build, once we've got this in, should be quite quick. But I blame the part work upgrades map, because let me just get rid of that, because it's cushioning it and it's not allowing me to put this screw in very well. I'm in the crowd with my... You've met Russell. He's been on stream, live stream with my friend Russell. He's actually going to be here on the 1st of June, 1st and 2nd of June, which I do believe is a Thursday night, so we probably will be live streaming again. Needless to say, you didn't marry me for my dress sense. Well, you dress me now, so if I do go out, look at... I mean, you still allow me to wear my Crocs and socks, so... Lou appeared to have lost his shoes. If you ran a competition to see who can build the fastest thing, would it be Jack Off? That's very good. Oh dear. You had a great innuendo on your video about washing your parts, I have to say. That was great. Okay, last screw going in now. Whoops. And then the jack is done. And it looks far different from when I said it was done before. Whoops, come on. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Perfect. Right, let's try that again. I don't have to put that other bit in though. That's already in. So that is how the jack should look. Right, let's get this mat back up here. Just like this. Get the car. And now I'm turning the car upside down. Oh, brave. Brave man. Okay, I'm just going to set these cameras up here, because we're about to put a little part into these points just here and one on the other side here. And they look like these little blue things. Now, I'm just trying to figure out which way round they go. They're going with this bit upwards and the flat side here facing towards the middle. So this is going to go this side and the other one is going to go on the other side here. They're going to be held in with AM screws. I do have them. Let me just open them up. Perfect. And it's 2 each side. Where is the handle for the jack? I don't think it comes with a handle. I think it's one of these make your own handles. They have the pivot. You never know, it might come later on. It's definitely not part of this pack. You did make me second guess myself though, but I had to check. Russell's funny. Russell, if you didn't know, he's my buddy from when we worked at Blockbusters, so we do reminisce about old times, but Russell's a great big movie fan. And it's not unknown us to just have complete conversations in film quotes. So okay, so that's the 2 AM screws in. And then I'm going to be putting 2 CM screws in on these sides here, just to confuse you a little bit. You don't want you using the same screw. They're just checking. Okay, I saw Phil's jaws resin disaster. It made a lovely garden though. Oh, I said to him, where's your best model though? You haven't showed me your best model. And he didn't know what I was talking about. I said, where's your jaws? So it's around the side of the house there. I mean, mine's on my patio, but it's hidden by a coffee table, so you can't see it. Okay, so that's that one in. Let's do change the camera, and I'll just put the other two in here. It's very weird building this upside down now. I don't want to put too much, whoops, pressure on it because the engine's under there. Here's the second one. Perfect. So that's those plates in, and then on top of them we're going to be putting these mud guards. Now these are rubbery material, as you can see, and they're going to go, let me figure this one out, trying to get this, is it that way or is it that way? No, it would be that way, and then the bending line is the one facing the outside, so they are going to go in just like that there. They're held in with AP screws. So let's get them on. Let me just double check that. So the bend is facing outwards. The bend here is facing outwards. Yep. Okay, cool. Need to make sure I'm putting things in the right way. And that's just going in the top. One. I do like this sort of level of detail here. How you've got the mix of metals and plastics and rubber. I think that's quite clever. It does. I've got pipes here which still aren't connected to anything though. Do this side. Whoops. Come on. You know what I might do tomorrow, Patreons? I'll give you an update of the Airwolf, and I want to finish a decal off on it. And then I think for a giggle, seeing as you like watching me do things go wrong, I think how about we build one of those Mercedes tires with the spokes live, see how that goes. That should be quite funny. I need to replace my hotkeys in my computer so I can switch between cameras. Speaking of Blockbusters, a lot of speculation because apparently, yes, it has gone live again. I don't know what they're planning. Blockbusters were also, when things started to go belly up for them, they were, because they already did the DVD rental service where you could do it by post or DVD by post, but creating their own streaming service as well. But obviously that never come to fruition. That's now looking like that, and that's all there is to do in that stage. Let's put that to one side, and I'm just going to chuck away all these screws. Don't need them. Don't need that anymore, I don't think. And bring up the next pack, which I'll do in a second. The last pack, there's hardly anything to do. In this pack, we've got a wheel. So we're going to be creating a wheel together here, and we've got a couple of details to put in the car as well. I'm going to be cutting some pipe, putting the rim in the wheel, and that's it. I can do that. Let's see how this goes. Okay, let's bring up that pack. That looks just like this. Let's change to far away cam, so you can see the beauty of it opening here. I'm still trying to break a record for how high I can get this table. So now I've got it to this stage. I keep moving things behind here so I can get it as high as I can get it, so I can actually stand and do it. But I think if I go any higher, I'm going to break things now. But it does enable me to build this now. But obviously when I'm standing up, which you really don't want to see because I'm wearing Pac-Man lounging pants, then that's how that works. But this table is invaluable, I tell you. This is absolutely brilliant. Hello, Easy Custom. How's it going? You celebrated Chocolate Day by getting a tooth nerve infection. That's not good. You know what? FangDoc comes in here to just get away from all this dental talk. Okay, let's do this. Bless. Hello, Easy Custom. How's it going? Mix of materials, just like on real cars, it is. What's your thoughts on them making a remake of Back to the Future? That's blasphemy. You can't remake Back to the Future. That's just a silly idea. It's a silly, stupid idea. Okay, we need to take 2 30mm pieces of pipe. So that's one. And you can see how sharp this is now. That one's 2. Okay. And then we're going to be... They want me to put this... Oh, let's bring the car back over. Onto these 2 points just here. So hopefully they'll just slip over the top. Kind of. There you go. Oh, no. They will go over the top, I'm sure. There you go. I'll put them on quite far. The other one on this side. Come on. You know you want to. There you go. And that's those 2 pipes on there. They don't want it going anywhere at the moment, so we're just leaving it like that. I'm just seeing what other parts we've got here. We've got the tyre. We've got a little sticker here. Now this sticker is going to go... Turn this around this way. And a hubcap's falling out of one of my tyres. That's typical. Oh, that's the... Ah, sorry, it hasn't. That's the hubcap for this one. Silly me. We're going to put a sticker just over this to hide the screw marks in the battery there. So I've got my Oligo Models tweezers. This should make short work of this. I can get very fussy though. There you go. That's a sticker giving the impression that you've got the different reservoirs for the battery liquid there. But that's in place. Put the car to one side again. And we're going to build one of these tyres. Now this tyre is hard as rock. So I'm hoping we can actually put this together without using any water. It's gone in okay that time. Turn that over. And I need to match up the holes here with the holes there. Oh, no. I went too far there. Hang on. Stand by. Oh, that's perfect. Excellent. And I'm going to hold them together with AM screws. That was a lot easier. Somebody will make a live action version of the Wacky Racers. Well, Disney seems to want to make a live action version of everything at the moment. They just haven't got any ideas. The table was £200, Edward, and it was on Amazon. I did do a video from it. So if you check out my videos from a couple of weeks ago, I'm going to put this in some oil. You will see that on there, and there is a discount code on there as well. So I think you get £10 off, which is pretty cool. But I have been using it, putting it at different levels if I want to stand up and or I want to look at underneath things. And I'm too lazy to get down and bend because, you know, my body doesn't bend that way anymore. You can tell I'm going to be 50 this year. Things have stopped working. Although I did walk 25 miles the last 4 days. I'm doing one of those... what's the time? Okay, I'm doing one of those walking challenges for the Lord of the Rings. So I already did the first one, which was called the Shire. And I think I had to walk 190 miles, which I did. And I got my medal. And then the second one was called Fellowship of the Ring, where you had to walk 98 miles. And I did that. And now I'm going through the Mines of Moria. So you're following Frodo and Sam's journey. The Mines of Moria is only 40 miles. And I've already done 50% of it. And I only started it 6 days ago. So once that's done, there's another one. I don't know what the second one. And then you've got Mordor. So, but the Mordor one, I think I've got to walk 298 miles. And then I'll have all 5 medals. But it was Lord of the Rings. They fished me in. Why do you still have your wristband on? That's a good question as well. A couple of years ago, Jack went to Insomnia. And he managed to keep his wristband on for a whole year. So I've challenged him that I can probably beat him. So I'm going to try and do it for a whole year. Keep the wristband on. We'll see how it looks in a year. Okay. We're very competitive in this house. Okay, so that's in place there. Talking about the tweezers, I should be receiving the first delivery of them tomorrow. So by tomorrow evening, they should be up on the store. Oh, excellent. The link for these tweezers, I've got the whole set here. Look, there's absolutely loads. This one here is brilliant for soldering because obviously you haven't got to hold it and it clamps it in place. And then you've got your usual bent ones. I mean, there's a whole pack of them. You'll see them on the Oligo Metal site. That's over at the link tree, which I have advertised on all videos. But that's the tyre done. And then they want me just to put the hub inside this to keep it safe, I'm guessing. They don't want me to lose it, because we're not doing anything from that. So this is the spare tyre, because the car now has 4 tyres. So all good. That's all there is to do in that stage. Which means we're now on the last stage. And the last stage is a big one, because we're doing the floor pan. And there's not much we're putting in. We're just going to be putting these trim bits down the side and these kick plates at the back. And that's it. So we will have a floor pan ready to put in the car, which means I'm guessing we're going to start doing things like the dashboard and seats. I'm sure that's going to be coming soon. So let's get that one open. I'll tell you what, these walking challenges, right? I'm a model builder. So I lead quite a sedentary life. If I'm not mowing the garden, there's not really a lot of exercise that I get. So I'm definitely a summer exercise person. So you won't find me going for walks in the winter, especially in the April when this rains like it is. But I do like going for walks in the summer. So that's what was the motivation. I think that's the word. That was the motivation to actually do it. And I'm glad I did, because it's an achievement. And while I'm doing that, I'm also walking Pokemon off as well. Pokemon X. So it is cool. What did Lou say? I missed it. What did Lou say? Crystal Lloyd went from Man in DeLorean to Mandalorian. Yeah, what's going on with Mandalorian? I mean, the episode was all right, but it's nowhere near the same caliber as Series 1 and 2 was. I don't know. That's very good, though. I'm sure, Lou, you're just thinking these up. You're thinking these up. Brilliant. You do miss Wayne's floor plan. I can never say floor plan properly. Okay, this is what that's looking like. Pretty cool. Let's go to this camera here. Obviously, it's all plastic. I haven't got the benefit of having Mike Lane's carpets on this. Would a car like this have carpets, though? It's a rally car. You know carpets are going to get absolutely filthy in these cars, so I wonder if they would have had floor pans. No idea. But we are going to be putting these trim pieces in. So the trim pieces actually go at the side. I didn't realise that. So this one is going to be slotting into the side here. Somehow. Stand by. Trying to figure that out. Where does this go? Oh, it goes in. No, it goes this side, but on the inside. That's right. So it fits on the inside bit there. That's me trying to fit it on the outside. It actually goes on the inside. That's a bit weird. But it is what it is. I'm trying to think. There's nothing to keep it into place, though. AP screws. There is something to keep it into place. Let's put them in. The AP screws come in from the underside here. So, not sure how this is going to work. Let's have a go. Ah, I see. So you've got the holes just here. Again, very hard for you to see when you're working with black plastic and black screws on a black surface. Hard to see, but it looks like there's 1, 2, there's 4 to put in. Put that one in here. Interesting thing to actually add, because it's the same colour as the plastic. I'm wondering why it wasn't moulded this way. It's just a bit of work for us. Last summer, you did the Diabetes UK Million Step Challenge. An average 11,000 steps a day. God, I can't be doing that. I think in Wonderfest, in one day, I did about 18,000 steps. That was enough for me. So there we go. That's in place there. Let's do the same on the other side. So again, this is going on the inside like that. Turn it over. And then I've got these screw holes here. So I'm having to hold them in place. Hi, Todd. How's it going? You had a chance to see this week's episode at Star Wars Celebration. Well, Star Wars Celebration was on at the same time as Insomnia. Now, I've seen pictures, because I had some friends go to it, of Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor was sporting a moustache. He's got a moustache at the moment. But I understand in our local and our national paper that there was a lot of naughty people there at the convention. There was a lot of theft from from stalls and dealers' stalls. And they had to lock the venue down because I think some quite valuable stuff got stolen. But not good. Not good. You don't normally see that sort of thing with community days like that, but pretty bad. I'm doing a remarkable job keeping up with chat. When I'm building, I don't normally look at chat at all, but I'm pretty confident I'm not cocking anything up at the moment, but I've already done that. I've had my cock up time tonight, so don't think I need to cock anything else up. Okay, so that's those two bits of trimming there. Now I've got, is it just one kick plate? We've only got one of these plates. I thought there would be two. I was looking for symmetry and I'm not getting it. Okay, so this apparently is going into these two holes just at the back here. So this is going in like this. Oh God, this is I don't even know what this is. Get in there. There we go. Pushing that down. So that's in there just like that. Anyone care to think what that might be? It's strange. I don't know if it can go down anymore. No, that's in place. So that's in. And that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So if I bring the car back over, let me just clear everything off here. Switch the camera to that one there. Now, all these wires are obviously going to need to be sorted out. I'm guessing they're going to run through the central tunnel here eventually. Don't know, they haven't told us that, but this is eventually going to go over the top. As a matter of fact, some of these will be at the front of the car because the engine for this car is in the back. So the headlights, wherever they've gone, will be out the front as well. Let me just try and figure it out. Door switches will be in. I don't know, but you get the idea. And then that will sit kind of over the top once we've figured out what wires go where. But it's actually quite a dinky car. I reckon this car is be similar in size to the Peugeot 205. I don't reckon there's a lot in it. Obviously, we did the wheel as well tonight. And we've done the jack twice because I cooked it up first time. So, not bad. Navigator's footrest. Yeah, it probably is, actually. I mean, I'm just looking at the car, actually. It's... because the engine's in the back, I'm just a bit confused about how I did the steer. Oh, I see. I'm just wondering where the steering is. I can see the steering arm. We haven't connected the steering arm up yet, and I do have the steering wheel for this, but obviously we're waiting for all the front end and stuff. I think it'd be interesting to see how they get the wires. That's always a big problem with these cars. If you don't get the wiring properly done through the central part, you're going to have problems putting this down, and if you have problems putting this down, you're going to have a living nightmare trying to put bodywork on. And I've learned that ever since the days of the DeLorean, because you know what, if I was brave enough, I'd take the DeLorean apart and do that again. But I'm still looking at that Ecto 1 with no dates for the Ecto 1 and Enterprise yet. But I really do need to take that apart, but it's so heavy. It's putting me off. It is putting me off big time. Rally cars are small, yes, but I kept referring to this one with the engines at the back, but at the front, but they're not. But I've had a big move around getting this table in here. I had to do a big move around. So things are actually, I've got more boxes now underneath this workstation here. So I've got more that I can put down there, but I've still got to do this Mercedes, you know. I've got, I'm going to start doing the Mercedes Mondays again from next week. So that'll be pack 7, I believe we're on. Loads to do in that one again, which is why I'm thinking it might be fun for the Patreons to see exactly the pain that I go through putting these spokes in, because it is a bit of a nightmare. So I think what we'll do for the first 15 minutes, we'll do Airwolf, and we'll get what I've done with Airwolf out the way, and then we're going to have a look at these spokes. Because when I do the video for it, I'm not going to be showing that. I'm just going to refer to the first build I did where it shows in that. But that's all fun. What else? Lamborghini Miura. I don't know. Zagora Model's got the final pack of that up. Have a look. Stand by. Because there's 2 models coming to an end. Obviously, we've got the Porsche, but I believe IXO Collections are saying that there's a delay till May for that. I've got the final pack here of the Lamborghini Miura. So I'm guessing that's ready to go and be finished. So that's another model done. No, it's not out yet. Still waiting for that. And I've got packs 8 and 9 of the Titanic. So they're probably going to be out this week. There's going to be no video on the channel tomorrow. This video is going to carry over. But on Thursday and Friday, I'm hoping to have just 2 days of Titanic. So we'll have to see how that goes. Hello, D, over on Facebook. How's it going? And take care, John's Model Making. Have you done 6 already? Have I done 6 already? 6 of what? Sorry, Pete. Pack 6. I'm trying to think what might be pack 6. I have done for the Mercedes. Yeah, you had no, you're right. It is pack 6 because I did 1 to 4 and I've done 5. I'm doing pack 6. You're absolutely right. I'm not with it, am I, Pete? Oh, bless. Are you looking at the new DeLorean build? Well, you know what, I am, because I believe that the DeLorean and the Eleanor are going to be, as long as nothing gets in the way again, are going to be out at the end of April. Now, if that's the case, I don't need this microphone on anymore. If that's the case, I was wondering, would be, from what I've learned from when I've actually done the DeLorean before, I've learned loads since then about using oil for screws, self-tapping holes, how to use a drill press properly. I mean, I've used loads, optic fibers and stuff. A completely fully modded version of the car, which I haven't done. Now, I'd need to get the Model Mods flux capacitor and Xmas tree again. I already modded the electrics box, but I didn't wire it in. So even though it looked brilliant the way I had it, it doesn't work. I'd like to get that working. I would like to drill out the base of the floor pan of the car, so that, you know, when the DeLorean raises in the air and you've got those green lights, pretty much like the lights that you see in the cargo area of the Refit Enterprise, get them installed. I just think it'd be good to do a completely modded version, but I wouldn't want a version with the Mr. Fusion and the hood box. I'd like just solely Back to the Future. So I'd make a lightning rod as well to put in the back into the reactor. It's what's toying in my mind, because to this day, the playlist for the DeLorean is still the most watched video. So I'm wondering, rather than make a Back to the Future 2 or 3 version, because that's what my version is, it's an amalgamation of the two, is to just do a complete solely Back to the Future version. So I am thinking about that. I'm also thinking about doing the Michael Bay Optimus Prime now, but I do prefer the Agora one. I just think there's too much going on in the Michael Bay one. So yes, well, at the moment the app's definitely working, Roy, on the iPhone. I've got it on the iPhone. It works fine. In the Google Store, I believe it's saying it's out of date at the moment. Your iOS is far too the software's older than the iOS, but they will get that updated. To be honest with you, Roy, the first time this came round, when we had issue 100, we were all waiting for the app. It was only a couple of days, but it doesn't take long for them to actually switch it on or whatever. In the Google Store, it doesn't take long at all. I believe in the Apple Store, it takes a hell of a lot longer. So what car would you like to do? The car that I'd like to build, Andrew, is already out, and I haven't done it, and that's Pocher, the Ferrari Testarossa. I'd also like to build either one of the really old cars of my era. So something like a Ford Capri or a Mark III Escort. Or even a Sierra Cosworth could be fun. You could always do the rigging on the page. I can't even get the ship down here, Storm Gaming. Yeah, you're going to give me nightmares saying that. Anything to do with rigging just scares me. On my own, they're all up at the airport trying to catch Air Force One landing. Oh my God, that's in Northern Ireland, isn't it? The president's coming in, bless him. They still haven't taken your money for Eleanor, but they're saying the 24th of April, Bergdis. So I haven't heard anything though. So, and they haven't changed the date on the website yet, so we'll have to see. Are all the lights shown on the car model? What model was that, Paul? I think DeLorean are making cars again. If you go to Canvey Island, we've got a DeLorean dealership, not a dealership, sort of like spares place, and they've got more parts to make your own DeLorean just from the parts they have. You went to the Peterson. Oh, I loved it there. Oh, yeah, Kit was brilliant there. There's some weird cars there. The Peterson's brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Did Phil take you to the vault? And you went round the little multi-story on the vault? Oh, you had a good day. You know what? All three of us need to get out there, Lou. We'll have a week's holiday in California. I don't think Mrs. Welder Wayne or Mrs. Spruverse will be happy, but boys will be boys. Oh, bless. I wish they did a figure in the build to fit in the cars, and Michael Knight would look good sitting in the kit. 1/8 scale figures would make a brilliant market, I have to say. If anyone's good at sculpting, then that's probably what you want to do, because it's good that the Porsche 917 for IXO's got the statue of Steve McQueen, which is 1/8 scale. Looks good. Well, I can flock. I'm a dab pad at flocking now. But I don't know. I really don't even think. I think they would have been left. I thought all of that would have been ripped out in a rally car. What about the car from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Well, Phil and Lou built the kit model of that. And I'm sure that can be modded. If you haven't checked that out, that's on their channels. Oh, the DeLorean. Yeah, all the lights work as you see. But on my one, obviously, the video that you might have saw, the short, the what do they call it, the flux capacitor and the Xmas tree, the green bars behind, they're modded, because all you get with that build is just a light bulb for the flux capacitor and 2 green light bulbs for the Christmas tree. Pretty disappointing to say how well the rest of the car looks. I'm surprised that hasn't been fixed. But you know, if I was at Fan Home or D'Agostini, I'd probably be getting in touch with someone like Model Mods and trying to do some sort of deal. I don't know. Because you know people would like it, or I reckon if they just increased the price just a touch and made it included in the kit, that would be brilliant. It'd be thumbs up for everybody. Hope they put the anchors for the rigging on the Titanic rather than how. I mean, I'm about to put the anchors in for the Titanic in this stage, but I understand that you've seen one on the Titanic where you pull it and it retracts itself back in, but I've got to put one the other side. So that retracting mechanism is going to hold 2 anchors. So I know a lot of you have probably seen this, because I think Hachette is well into the 50s now and I'm still on 36, something like that. So they were making DeLoreans here in Houston for a while. Not sure if they're still in business. Ah, the vault was closed by the time you got there. That's a shame. Ah, great place to go though. Absolutely love it. What I'd like to do is a 360 excavator build. Don't think there is a kit. I haven't seen one. You know what though? About 20 years ago, DeLoreans were selling for about £15,000 to £20,000. I don't know what that equates to in dollars back then, but they're well into the 40s to 60,000 now. Not for converted ones to the Back to the Future models, but I always remember if any of you watch Wheeler Dealers with Mike Brewer, and they did a DeLorean show. He had to fix the vents at the back, but God, seeing all those DeLoreans in one place, and even though there wasn't the best car in the world, it's still a car that you see it on the road and you're like, there's a DeLorean. Look at that. You got to drive Eleanor Sunday, and as a bonus, I managed to squeeze into Ford GT and I drive. You just reminded me of something, Jamie. I got a TikTok which I've saved to my phone, and I'll show it on Thursday now. That someone, now this is obviously one of these things that they've made the situation themselves for the entertainment value, but they had a fully built Eagle Moss Eleanor, which they had left outside, chucked mud on it and just made a complete mess of it. A complete mess. You should see it. It's a rust bucket, and they decided to restore it, and I've got a TikTok showing that, so I'll show that on Thursday. It's pretty crazy stuff. I'm more interested in how they managed to complete it, because I don't think the Eleanor's been out before, but it's definitely the Eleanor model, and when he's buying replacement parts for it, he's using parts for an old GT Shelby, one of our builds. So quite interesting, but you'll see that on Thursday. I think it's really interesting how they done it, but you know it's been set up. No car can get that filthy. It's just caked in mud big time. Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy that Fan Home was taken over from Eagle Moss, because I was building the DeLorean, but they won't send to Holland, only UK, Germany, US. Did you hear anything about this, Wayne? I did 030, but from what I understand is once they've got it sorted in these 3 countries that they're doing it to at the moment, they are going to be making it available elsewhere. It may not necessarily be through that publisher. It may be through D'Agostini, I don't know, but I do believe you will be addressed later on. So it's all cool. But anyway, thanks for joining me on Car Crash Tuesday. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I've got to find a place to put this now. Patreons, as I said, tomorrow we're going to be looking at the Airwolf. We're going to have a look at the Star Wars helmets and see what sort of giveaway and how we can do that. And then I think we're going to work on the spokes for this Mercedes, and you can watch a man really start crying on the stream. That should be quite fun. And then we've got our usual chat Thursday on Thursday. But thank you for joining me tonight. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you later.